Sonny, sparring in Scunthorpe today, first of May. How was it today?
Yeah, good rounds with Big Pete. Tough rounds because he's a big heavyweight. I've had a fair bit of heavyweight sparring for this camp really, but it's good to get that work in. Make sure I'm fit as a fiddle for fight night.
How's camp been? I know that you've been away and stuff. How's that been as well, going away? I know that you've been enjoying yourself.
Yeah, it's been good. Sometimes you get a bit like downing during camp and stuff like that, so it's good to get a change of scenery and travel a bit, see different parts of the world, and you know, make sure you're still staying fit, which I have been. I've been away sparring as well in London with tonight's main event actually with Mikel Lawal. That was really good. Some really good rounds with him down there. So yeah, no, I'm ready to go.
What's your prediction for that fight?
You know, Chamberlain's really good, but I've never seen him spar, and I've never seen him close up. So I am leaning towards Lawal, obviously, because I've been in there with him. I know how strong he is, and he's very fit. So Chamberlain will have to do extremely well to keep him off for 12 rounds. So I think it might be close until it isn't, and I think Lawal might finish him.
Onto your fight, I bet it feels a bit weird actually having an opponent to kind of, you know, you're fighting for once, don't you really? You know,
yeah.
Match with. You want to quickly talk about, obviously, he's fought for a central area, what's your thoughts on your opponent?
Although I don't have any thoughts either way really, you know, I don't necessarily train for the opponent because my style doesn't change necessarily too much. I train for the evening. I'm going to go in there and fight hard, and whoever it is in front of me they're going to be legging it usually, do you know what I mean? And by the sounds of it, this kid does that anyhow, so I best come in with my running shoes on because I'll be chasing him round, I think.
Will this be your first 8 rounder then, yeah?
Yes, it is, yeah. Headlining the show, which I've been dying to do for ages anyhow. So it'll be good to get in there. First 8 rounder, first time headlining in front of a home crowd.
Is it time now, do you reckon, to obviously not getting any younger as well? Is it time now to, you feel like, to
You're making me sound real old. I'm only 28, mate. I'm only 28.
You want to get a move on now, don't you? So
Yeah, I need a little bit of momentum. And you know, if I have this fight and then if I get one, if I say the right things to Steve and it gets me out in December or maybe gets me out early next year, you know, I should just be outside the top 10, I think. So I'm in contention. But that being said, I need the right fights. I don't want to be jumping into fighting some mad guy and getting my head cut off. I need the right fights at the right time. I want the momentum, but I'm still not in a massive rush. I believe I'm just as good as any of them in the country, but you know, you want things to be on your side. You don't want to be going in there. I've seen a few fights recently where people have taken these opportunities, especially at cruiserweight, and they've gone in and sort of cruised to a loss. But I don't. I want to be going in there and going out with my shield and sort of either really turning them over or in a real good fight, so it sets me up for more. Do you know what I mean? I don't just want to be oh yeah, this is my chance, and then not doing out after it. I want to be here and here to stay.
In how many fights do you want to fight for some titles? Is that in the next couple of fights you want to get a title on the line? Or?
I wanted titles this year really, but it's not been the case due to all sorts of circumstances. So early next year, the titles, and I'd like any title, you know. If I go like the traditional route, or if I go for an international title, anything like that, it'd be nice to be walking around all with something around my waist. You know what I mean?
You haven't had the best looking boxing so far, have you? Let's be honest. Obviously, I'd probably managed to get out as much as you wanted to this year. How many times next year, ideally, would you want to be fighting? Is it just staying active for you? Is that what?
Yeah, I think 3 fights, 4 fights is always good. You don't want to overcook it, because then it's hard to come back from injuries and stuff like that. But if you have 3 or 4, you can have good camps for them, and then you're prepared for the next one and so on. And you know, there is potentially a chance I could still get 3 fights this year. I've had 2, including this one. If I'm lucky enough to get out in December, there's the 3. So it's still a good year. I know you say bad luck and stuff, but who has good luck in boxing? Nobody. You know what I mean? Everyone's always up against something. I don't let it get to me. we make our own luck. Do you know what I mean? It is what it is.
I've noticed as well you kind of adapted your game a little bit now. Like you used to be a very come forward fighter, stick it on, and like you said, you still are kind of that fighter. Would you kind of say that you've adapted a little bit now and kind of getting behind the jab a little bit and stuff like that? Would you say that you've changed your game a little bit as well?
Definitely, yeah. I used to forget I had a left hand, but now we're like Deck and Tommy and all the training I've been doing with these guys, they've got me doing a bit of cuter stuff. You know, setting things up with a jab, sorry, and not just going gun ho. I sometimes forget about it still, but you know, if they keep me disciplined, which they do, I'll be like a different fighter altogether, really.
I think it'll be a much different fight to when he fought against Ricky. Are you going to go and stick it on him and try and get him out of there, or do you reckon, because that was, like you said, he did dominate the fight, Ricky, do you reckon it's going to be a different fight, different styles?
Yes, when he fought Ricky, I watched the fight and Ricky started, like, his game plan, well, from what I saw, was go high, go low, go high, go low, and then send it over the top, and that worked a treat. And then it looked like he sort of forgot about that. Once he landed that overhand right, I think then he was only throwing that, and he was doing it perfect. But then he was sort of like only throwing that and counting on that. And Ricky didn't break a sweat in that fight from the looks of it. He stayed disciplined, but if he'd gone back to what he was doing at the beginning, I think it'd have stopped that fella. So I think I can make this fight as easy as I want it to be. I either get frustrated and then it makes it a long stinking fight, or I just stay disciplined and make him work and probably tire himself out.
Do you really watch much tape on him, or do you kind of like Tommy?
I saw that Ricky Reeves fight. I watched it because I was watching like the show, not watching it to watch either of them. Like I was just interested and I liked. So when I watched the Ultimate Boxer, the boxer series that Ricky was in, and I really liked his story. So like I'm a fan, if you like, of him. So I wanted him to win that title, and that was good to watch. And then my opponent, I've seen him fight him, and I watched him fight Deck. Apart from that, I haven't really seen much of him, but I think he does what he says on the tin. I think he just moves a lot.
If you can get him out of there?
I'd hope so. I'd like to think I think I've got it in me to get most people out of there if I box right. I'm not like one of the big freaks where it's like one punch and they're out. You know, I've got to be methodical and set my shots up. If I start getting stiff and like boom boom, you know, that they'll cover up and they'll see what's coming. But if I set my shots up, I think I can wipe him out. Yeah.
Is that the plan then? One more before the end of the year in December, fingers crossed.
All been well. If I don't get any cuts or anything like that, and Steve's got a spot for me on one of his shows, I haven't spoken to him yet. So if he sees this, he'll be like, he might message me saying no. But yeah, hopefully he's got a spot for me on one of his shows in December. I know he's got a few shows booked in, so maybe he's got room for Sonny on one of them.
Brilliant. Cheers for your time, Sonny, as always.
Thank you, mate. Cheers.
I'm looking forward to fight now. Right, you ready then for this quiz?